Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Andrea and this is Moonstone Tarot. And today I just wanted to do something completely different. I don't know if it's been done before. I haven't seen anything like this, so I hope you like it. And this is actually a pick a book reading. And, the first book we have is Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes. Second book we have is Lewis Carroll's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass. And the third pile we have is Oscar Wilde's The Picture of Dorian Gray. So as always, with any pick a card, pick a book videos, use your intuition. Which book that you feel instinctively drawn to. It could be the colors. Maybe you've read all three of them. Maybe you've only read one or two. But in any event, you can take all the time you need by pausing the video. And if you already know, then let's get into it. Hello, butterflies. If you chose pile one or book one, the Sherlock Holmes book, Spirit is saying that your next chapter will be all about being inquisitive, questioning things and questioning the narratives, solving mysteries, maybe even mysteries within your own family. It's going to be about uncovering truths and what's really going on under the surface or behind the scenes. You're being called to focus in and notice the details that other people may overlook. So your first card is your opening chapter. And this is where you are right now. So this is the Two of Wands in reverse. So you may be currently going through a period of indecision. Perhaps there's a fear of change or a feeling of being stuck in life or maybe even a particular circumstance. And just, Spirit just wants you to take a good close look inward. What are your true desires? Trust your intuition, especially when it comes to Sherlock Holmes. Always trust your gut. Trust the inner guidance to make the decisions you need to make. Stay present and, try not to get lost in dreams also, especially dreaming about the future. It's okay to visualize and it's okay to dream about the future, but always, just remember to come back to your present environment. And the same can be said for the past as well, dwelling too much on past stories and past events. Release fear, keep your focus on creating positive changes and outcomes, and embrace new opportunities. There could be a greater sense of fulfillment, behind one of these opportunities that's about to come into your life. Card number 2 is the plot twist, and this is what is about to shift for you, or what is shifting right now. Perhaps you're already feeling these energies. And so we have the Justice card here. Okay, so the truth is coming out. Something that was hidden, maybe even for a long time, will be revealed soon. Whether that's about another person or a situation or even a desire, a deep desire that you've had. Clarity comes when you see this Justice card, and the scales will balance. The truth always surfaces eventually. And perhaps for some of you, you might even find yourself vindicated from a certain situation. So card 3 is the resolution. This is where it all leads. So we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So this leads you to finally letting go of a need for materialism, meaning you'll discover that true security in life comes from within and not so much from financial status. You know, I mean, you may find yourself actually giving more or donating more, donating your time to a cause, giving out resources and money, and maybe knowledge and wisdom that you've acquired over the years. This card represents you finding worthiness and true fulfillment within yourself. This could also indicate that you could be breaking down emotional barriers and sharing your true self with others, sharing with people your real face, the real you. You know, letting go of any false bravados or masks and being who you really are. You'll find yourself decluttering your life. It could be physical spaces around you, old beliefs, maybe old beliefs around money. So many things in your immediate future to look forward to, pile one. So your bookmark message for today: Sherlock Holmes, the world is full of obvious things which nobody by any chance ever observes. I love that quote. So this is basically spirit nudging you to just pay attention, because you're about to uncover the obvious, and that truth is about to change everything. So thank you for letting me read for you today. I hope you liked it. If you did, like, share, subscribe, and comment down below which book you chose, and I will see you all next time. Bye. Hello, butterflies. If you chose pile 2, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass, then Spirit is showing me that you could be finding yourself stepping into a new chapter of your life. And it's one that's going to be filled with curiosity and surprises, and perhaps maybe even a little chaos. But, you know, from chaos comes clarity. And, you know, being in Wonderland, Wonderland's energy is all about leaving behind the normal. You know, it's discovering what's unusual and not of the norm. And I think you'll find that the unexpected is actually going to guide you closer to your truth. So card 1 we have is the opening chapter. This is where you are right now. So we have the 3 of Cups. Ah, so you could be finding yourself stepping into a chapter of love, or, you know, celebrating joy and love with family and friends. You know, perhaps this could be, you know, maybe you'll be invited to a wedding or some sort of shower or any event really that will bring everyone who matters to you close together. This will be your stepping off point. You know, this will actually make you feel good and make you want to share your joy. Perhaps it's even your own wedding or your own event that you've been orchestrating. Perhaps it's a baby shower or some sort of milestone that you're celebrating. But this is a beautiful opening chapter, pile 1. I'm sorry, pile 2. You're pile 2. Okay, so the next card we have is the plot twist. This is what's shifting for you. Oh, we have the Tower. Okay, don't freak out. So the Tower, I think in reference to Alice in Wonderland and your reading currently, you know, Alice eventually falls down the rabbit hole, you know, meaning in your life, there is definitely a bit of a shakeup coming. However, this doesn't feel destructive though, especially with the 3 of Cups right before it. It just feels more like maybe like a liberation. So something that seemed solid and maybe untouchable is now being broken open so that you can see the magic and the possibility that's hidden underneath. This could be where you were living, maybe your certain living situation, maybe you're celebrating with friends and you uncover a lot of magic that is still to come in your life. And now we have the resolution, and this is where everything is going to lead. So we have the 8 of Pentacles here. And so the 8 of Pentacles is all about mastery and expansion. It's about your dedication and your skill development. This is about expansion. So if it is a milestone, if it is a wedding, maybe there's an expansion on the way. It could be a milestone at work that will eventually lead to more wealth and more financial stability. And maybe this is actually something that, you know, you've been working toward, but had to make a significant detour. You know, this is going to be a time of self-discovery. You know, what will truly make you feel whole? And I think you'll be surprised. You know, you could be emphasizing self-investment over external gains, but in doing that, the universe will reward you. That's a nice message, actually. It's actually true manifestation, though. I mean, if you really think about it. So finally, we have your bookmark message, and that is curiouser and curiouser. So I think what this means is, you know, especially in reference to the book, is don't resist any strangeness that may come up for you, you know, because that's showing you the magic that's to be found, that's to be enjoyed. You know, your story's next chapter is about wonder. It's about self-discovery and a kind of beauty that can really only be found by stepping off of the beaten path. And that's what Spirit wants to show you today with these messages. And that's why you chose this book. So thank you very much for letting me read for you today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what book you chose, and I will see you all next time. Bye. Hello, butterflies. If you chose pile 3, or I should say book 3, The Picture of Dorian Gray, I think Spirit is telling you that your journey right now is mostly about facing your shadows. It's really examining your authenticity, and it's about you learning where true beauty really lies. And that's within your soul, not your mask. You know, not the many faces that we may put on for the world. So your first card is your opening chapter. This is where you are right now, or where you will be heading into. So we have the 2 of Swords. So there could be a challenging decision that you're facing. And again, face, I chose face for a reason. Again, with appearances and everything. You may find yourself having to choose between 2 paths where, you know, the outcome could be equally different and appealing. So Spirit may be trying to nudge you to make a choice, to make a decision, and it's causing a stuck feeling. And if you're being stuck, or if you're experiencing that feeling right now, no progress can be made in that vibration. You know, perhaps you're trying to avoid the actual truth because it could be uncomfortable. You know, you could be suppressing feelings or intentionally looking away from a difficult situation. And the next card, card 2, is the plot twist. And this is what will soon shift for you. So we have the Devil. So Devil card is about temptations. It's about attachments or patterns that no longer serve you. And I think in reference to the book, these will be temptations, attachments, and patterns that will soon be exposed. You know, you may realize where appearances or old habits have been keeping you stuck. You know, maybe one of these old habits is indecision. And, you know, Spirit again is, you know, gently nudging you to choose. You know, this could also be a card of addictions. And it doesn't necessarily have to mean, you know, when we say addictions, it doesn't have to be dependency on substances. It very well could. That could be your position right now. However, I feel like with this reading, it's more like, you know, you could be addicted to letting life just happen and maybe letting problems just eventually take care of themselves, which life often does that. However, you know, it does look like Spirit is very strong in this reading for you. It's definitely messages that you need to hear. And it's encouraging you to choose because you do have free will, you know, and maybe your choice will lead you to where you truly want to be. It's time to stop sitting on the sideline and get back into the game. So the final card we have here is the Resolution. This is where everything is going to lead. So we have the Four of Swords. So I think, again, Spirit is saying by revealing this particular card that, you know, this is a time for, you know, maybe this is a time for quiet preparation, you know, preparing for future endeavors by gathering your inner strength and, you know, centering your energy in a quiet, more focused way. But this card is also an invitation to prioritize your well-being. Also, you know, take time for sleep. Contemplate your next move in life. You know, what direction do you really want to go in? And when you do decide that, try to decide it with the most honest and genuine truth that you can. You know, really go inside. What is going to make you happy? What is the next move? What is going to be most prosperous for me? You know, it's time to integrate all the lessons also that you've learned from past experiences and apply it. Apply it all to your future. You know, really take that time. Maybe you've never taken that time before for yourself. And Spirit is really nudging you to get out of stuck mode and into flow. And so your bookmark message is Oscar Wilde. The only way to get rid of temptation is to yield to it. This is an interesting quote because I don't think that Spirit is saying to yield to all of your temptations and your patterns. Not with these cards here and not with this book that you chose. I actually think it's the opposite. I think Spirit is telling you that it disagrees. You know, it's not about yielding to it. Rather, it's about illuminating it, putting it in the spotlight, you know, by choosing truth over illusion. You know, you free yourself and you step into authenticity, but not just authenticity, it's radiant authenticity, and you'll shine the way that you were meant to shine. So thank you for letting me read for you today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, comment down below, and let me know what book you chose, and I will see you all next time. Bye.